I'm new to the video format, so what I'm going to do is I'm just testing out this format, and I don't know what I'm going to say exactly because I get all this information straight into my retina, and some of it is good and some of it is not so great, but I've been wanting to do this kind of thing from time to time so that I can reach people in a different way than I'm used to. I think what I'm going to talk about is rose-colored glasses. What that means to me is to see things in a way that is actually more ideal or better than the way things are. Sometimes I pause when I'm talking because we are so used to speaking in a linear fashion, almost as if we were reading a fully formed thought, or as if we were reading from a line of paper. But there are so many things that are penetrating our consciousness at any given moment that we can't know exactly what we're going to say, even if we have an inkling. That's just the way our brains work, I think. But as for what I'm talking about, we can tend to see things better than the way they actually are. To me, that's a bit of a negative because rat. A thing is not necessarily better just because you think it is, and it doesn't always behoove us to enlarge things. It's not always entertaining to recite from a script that you've already... Not every script is great. The movies I like are performative, like Nicolas Cage, in the sense that the narrative is somewhat I'm looking at the time here. vast. Growing up, I thought everything was just great, and that made me a happier person to be able to look at very sad things in a positive light, and in a sense deluded, because informational. When things are too informational, it can really suck the life out of a real experience or moment. And I think that what I'm trying to say is we have to be honest with ourselves. Not everything is good. Good is coming to a understanding with life's iniquities, not merely glossing over things. Some people gloss over things, and I really like to imagine that we can look at life without rose-tinted glasses. Rose-tinted. And tinted. It gets in the way of true happiness, which is looking at things on an even keel, just the way they are, without embellishment. I am sort of like that. Rabbit. What's the difference if we don't quite understand what's going on. I don't have a feeling of strong disenchantment. People are actually very kind, but because we live in a disordered society, we often have to make what we think are compromises. I'm okay with living in an imperfect reality. Rose-tinted glasses. Leads us to gloss over things that should be addressed. But until then, if you can't make lemons out of lemonade, then it might be better to defer judgment until a later time. When you are able to help people or yourself and avoid catastrophic failure. In a sense, I spent much of my life like this, and it's only until new information came to light that I could take the necessary precautions to put myself in a better position. There's nothing wrong with looking at the positive side of things. If you find that it makes living life easier, by the same token, one should also think about things that are bad or bad, evil. It's not a pessimistic outlook to recognize something that is not serving you or that could be better. Thanks.